afternoon, everyone. My name is Judobi Gozika. I offer accounting tutorials for students, those writing ICANN exams, those preparing for ICANN exams, just students that are just maybe writing WAEC. If you fall into any of these categories, then this is the place for you to be. Like I said earlier, my name is Judobi Gozika. I offer accounting tutorials. You could be a businessman, you want to know how to keep record of your transaction. You could be a student, you want to know accounting very well, or you could just want to know it for personal interest. If that sounds like you, then this is the place to be. Welcome. Now, if you're in our previous class, we talked about accounting. We introduced accounting. We talked about what accounting is really. So they're going to dive in a little bit further in continuation of the previous class. And our topic for today is what accounting equation. Now, the accounting equation is the basics of everything we do in accounting. And this is the equation. It says that assets is equals your liabilities plus your capital. That is accounting equation. This is the summary of everything we do in accounting. Whether you're preparing financial statements, this is very, very important. Whether you're preparing statement of profit and loss account, this is very, very important. So whatever it is you're preparing in accounting, in terms of preparing records, financial information for your users, accounting equation is the backbone of everything we do. And that is why you must understand it, and that is why I'm here to make it easy for you. I got you. Now, have you ever wondered, when you start a business, where does all the money come into the business? Because for you to start any business, you must have money for that business. So if you ever wondered, just as a student, Mr. A wants to start a business, where would he get his money from? That is where we are going to in this topic. Where would I get money to buy chairs for my business, buy computer, buy car to run my business? That's what we're going to talk about today. And so that brings me to defining what assets are, what liabilities are, and what capital is. Now, like I said earlier on, for you to start a business, money must come from somewhere. Now, when you're starting a business and you, the owner of the business, you're the one providing the money for that business, that is known as what? Capital. So this is the investments. When I say investment, I mean money that the owner of the business brings to the business. That the owner of the business brings to the business. Hope I spelled business correctly. My brain. I'm not sure that spelling is correct, but I'm trying to spell business here. Forgive me if it's wrong. Alright, now what are liabilities? Liabilities are debts that you owe. So if you're to start a business, for instance, if perhaps you don't have money to start that business and you need to go to the bank to borrow money to start that business, it could be in terms of a bank loan, that is still money that you will use to start that business. But the important is at the end of the day, you're going to have money to start the business. So be it money that the owner of the business have, or be it money that's borrowed from the bank, these two categories is where you're going to get the money you're going to start your business. You now use that money to buy, be it stock, inventory. When I say stock, I mean inventory. Let's say you want to start a provision store, for instance. You need money to buy the things you want to put in your store, right? So the money must come from either the capital or your liabilities. That is what now enable you to now buy stock for the business. So be it stock or inventory, as the case may be. Be it car, be it furniture for the business, be it computer for the business. Listen, let me open the window. It's feeling very hot. This is so locked. Excuse me, please. Let me open the window. Okay, sorry for that. So be it computer, be it furniture, whatever you need for your business, you must have money from it. And that money will come from either your capital or your liabilities. And then you can now buy the equipment you need for the business. Are we together? So that is assets. Now to define assets properly, assets are the resources that the owners of the business have, or rather the resources that belong to the owner of the business. The resources that belongs to the owner of the business. Now, these resources that belong to the owner of the business, you will now use these resources to also make money. Are we together? So, assets are resources that belong to the owner of the business. So that means that the owner has control over that business, and the owner also owns the resources. Are we together? So that is what assets are. Now, there are two classes of assets. We have current assets and non-current assets. But I want to take this class step by step. I don't want us to jump. So now we know what assets are. We know what liabilities are. Let me put a better definition for us here. Liabilities are resources the business owes. So he's owing the bank. Are we together? Unlike assets, he's the owner of it. So that's the difference. Assets are resources that belong to the owner of the business, and in most time he's going to use those resources to earn income or to make profits or to earn extra money. That's what assets are. While liabilities are resources the business owe. The owner of the business is owing the bank money. It's a liability. If you have things like salary owed, okay, people have worked for you and you've not paid them, you're owing them. That's a liability. Are we together? You have bought things from your supplier, you've not paid him. Let's say you bought inventory from him on credit for that matter. You're owing him. So once you hear the word liability, it means that the business is owing somebody. He has an obligation to pay that person the money is owing them. So that's simply what assets, liabilities, and capital, as you have seen, mean. Hope this is very, very easy. In this channel, we try to make things very, very simplified. So asset is not like a very big word. Yes, it's big, but I've broken it down. You now understand what assets are. So you can tell what assets are by the end of this class, and then you've learned that. You can tell what liabilities are. You can tell what a capital is. Now let us apply this in terms of accounting equation per se, because that is where we are going into accounting equation. So I'm going to give you a first scenario to make it easier for us, so that we understand it in terms of preparing your accounts per se. You have an idea of what it is now. So let's assume the owner of the business introduces, say, 1 million naira into the business. At this point, he hasn't borrowed anything from the bank. He's not owing anybody anything. So at this point, our liability is 0. And 1 million plus 0 gives us what? 1 million. So what this simply means is that this is the only money that the owner of the business has. He will use this money to buy, be it stock, be it car, be it computer. This is the money that has come from this capital that he's going to use to buy the things he's going to require, which will now become his own. So it is now an asset. This is scenario 1. Scenario 2, let's say in addition to the 1 million naira he had before, he had a need to borrow 500,000 naira from the bank. So at the end of the day, how much does he have that he can use to buy things from his business? He has 1.5 million naira. This is what the asset is. So at all times, your asset must be equal to your liabilities and capital. And in simple terms, liabilities and capital are the monies the person used to run his business. Liability in the sense that he has not paid the money, but he has used the money. So indirectly he has the money. Do you understand? Because if he didn't borrow the money, he wouldn't have been able to use that money to sort out one of the things in his business. So hope we now understand what an asset is, what a liability is, and how you can apply it in preparing your accounting, how you can apply it in preparing your accounts. And you can see that in every instance here, it's balanced. 500 plus 1 million is 1.5 million. That is what we have here as your assets. So at all times, your asset must be equal to your liability plus your capital. Are we together? We'll be stopping here for this class because I want this class to be in bits so that we can understand everything step by step. In our next class, I'll give you more examples so that we can understand it broadly. But I believe that with this class, you understand and you know what an asset is, what a liability is, what a capital is. If you like videos like this and you want to learn more about accounting in a very simplified manner, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can know when I post new videos, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that when I post new videos you'll be notified. My name is Jodin Ngozika. If you have any question in accounting, you can send me a mail to ngozika@sps. Let me write that down. @gmail.com. You can send me a mail or you can just leave it in the comment section and I'll be glad to attend to you. I want to thank you so very much. I appreciate you for making out time to join this class. Accounting is not difficult. Accounting is very, very, very easy. You just need someone to break it down for in a very simplified manner. And that is why I'm here to help you. This is accounting for beginners. We will make accounting easy for our lecturers, not lecturers, for our students and business owners. See you in my next class. Remain blessed. God bless you. Bye.